Boys, bear with me as I'm getting this one set up. Hope everyone's not going too fucking stir crazy out there. If you're not downloaded Google Sheets, go and download that, and then you can see all these sessions. Then I'm just trying to get a few text messages through, so I thought I'd do a quick little video just to explain what we've got going on. Okay, I'll start with this one. Obviously, everyone's off at the minute. I know some people took away some equipment over the last couple of days. I've just uploaded some individual strength programs for those boys based on what the equipment that they've got. I did this on Friday. Again, it's really difficult for me now to set up anything really set for anybody. Could go away and do that one, but again, I'm not too sure exactly who's got what equipment to do, what availability of training fields, where they're at, stuff like that. So I've just tried to accommodate, and we'll try and do that over the next couple of days, just to try and tick every single box so everybody's got somewhere to go and do something, or I've got an idea of going and doing something. And again, if there's anybody, because I know Charners had put one in the group the other day about somewhere he went and trained. So anywhere that's got anywhere to train, it's got a decent hill, it's got a decent track, it's got a set distance or somewhere like that, you can tip onto the boys as an idea for them to go and train. By all means, stick it into a group. These are just a couple of ways that you might want to set up your week when you're doing training. This double loading week, you'll recognise is essentially what we do in pre-season. We do a speed focus. We do a development day, as we're going to call that one. This stimulation day. That's essentially just getting going. It's your first day back in. You want to make sure you're out there. You make sure getting moving, getting running again, getting some decent quality movement in there. Obviously, with an upper body lifting type focus. Tuesday's going to be a development day. That's the one day that you're going to really go right after it. Train hard, go and do something that would be an 8, 9 out of 10. Whether that be the 200s to 3 ways. If we just run onto this tab, running sessions. These are all the running sessions, and again, you'll recognise some of these from pre-season. If I do that, so a lot of these from pre-season where, again, Tuesday, Friday were our big days. So 100 metre returns. A few of the boys did down. We're going to run 100 metres, and then you've got the rest of the minutes to jog back and do those. 150s, 200s, set distance runs. I'll get onto them. I've done an individual tab for those as well. Core hangers, all those old school, just hard running sessions where you get your heart rate right up to the top, and then you get 3 or 4 blocks of that, and then get out of there. These stimulation days, again, these are slightly different. So this is where you do your tempo type running, so high speed running, but you get a lot of recovery. You pick 10, 15 minutes worth of training. You go out there, do a really hard run over like your 70, 80% effort run, and then you wait till your heart rate has dropped. Again, I know some of you've got Apple Watches, so that's going to make things a little bit easier. I know some people have got heart rate monitors and stuff. If not, again, you can just wait. You could just do one on the minute every minute and sort of build it up that way. Let's go back to this tab. Okay, yeah, so then again, this is your development day. You've got some lower bodies weights to do there. Again, I'm just scratching my head a little bit. What's the best way to go about these? I've put the leg circuits on there. They're going to be pretty good, but I think there's probably going to be something a little bit more beneficial for a lot of the lads who haven't got weights. Wednesdays, you load air, you just go for a walk, try and get out of the house, because again, everything will go on stir crazy. That'll be day where you go out and just do a bit of mobility work, some stretching, go out with the kids, and that cycle runs again from your stimulation day, your development day, to your load day, to your off day. Stimulation day, what I'm trying to get across on this one, which of quite high importance, is that everybody tries to do some type of a hill session. Now, you might want to choose one of those for your development day. Again, somewhere where you know where you go and do that on. You might want to save that for your Friday session, going into a low day and off day on the weekend. What I would say is on this one, if you can get a good speed hill session going at some stage one time a week, that's going to be really beneficial for when we come back into training. From a speed power perspective, that's going to be the one big win, again, without having weights and stuff like that to do. But more and more from that injury prevention standpoint, it's the one thing that you can do about running with a sled. that helps you produce a lot of force that's going to really guard against soft tissue injuries when we come back in. Again, you go into your development days we've just covered. These hamstring sessions, again, you just fit them in as you can after a leg circuit if you've got no weights, or off the back end of your lower body strength sessions. And then again, the main thing with those is to try and get a Nordics in there, ideally twice, and you'd split them out throughout the week. But if you just do one set of Nordics a week, again, it's going to help us when we come back in. You are going to have to get your missus to hold you down on those ones. Or mum and dad, if you're one of those younger crew. Or, there's ways that you can do that, under a sofa or something, whatever that might look like. This triple loading week then is slightly different, but you've got 3 development days in this. My thought on this one was for your lads who just didn't have as big a pre-season as what we had, a couple of boys who were with GB, this might be beneficial for you to go and try and get 3 decent running sessions in a week. Again, one of these development days could just be a really hard, long, steady state run where you go over 10k, 5k, or something like that. A development day, another one might look like, you set distance runs, so 400s, 300s, and again, all your time's going to be on there on another tab. Or another one might be just a heavy cross training session. So if you're the lads who've got watt bikes, you might just do a really minging one of them. You might go and do a hills there. And again, the one good thing with all of these ones is after you've done development days, you get a day off, or pretty much a very, very low light day after that one where you're not doing very much apart from just doing active rest and recovery. All of that one actually though, on that first day back, and if you're going to do the triple loading week, is some type of speed agility session. Again, I'm trying to get some videos up on that one, how they might look, some agility sessions. I'll put a bit of a bank of them in. What I'll do is I'll put videos in because they're a little bit more difficult to explain than the other ones. And again, you might just finish off with a bit of tempo running 10 times 12 minutes, and just again nice and steady, getting up some decent speed, and not like knocking the arse out of yourself. So we'll come across to this tab. Okay, ignore these very much so, but these are all the numbers that basically we calculate off the back end of your Bronco test. So if we go back to the Friday, which was our last session together, we did the 80-meter runs. That's basically they're teamed 120%, 120% of MAS. So you're going to run 15 seconds, you're going to wait 15 seconds, you're going to run back, and you're going to do a block of running of that. Okay, we did 80 and 85 meters, and as you can see, most people within this are in that 80 meter block there, and we just basically rounded it all up, and we tried to give you the opportunity of doing 80 or 85 if you thought you could push yourself. Again, this is where we get those running distances from. If you've ever done the grids before, which I'm sure you all have, that's slightly different. So that's when you're doing 100% of your MAS, and you'll run that over 15 seconds, and then you've got that active recovery phase to the next block, which is about 70%. So for Steph, he'd do his 15 seconds in 68 meters, and he'd have a 47 meter run across in 15 seconds to the next end of the grid, and he'd run back that way another 68 meters, and that's what his grid distance would be. You can mix that one up as well, which is a good one, is about 105, 110 meters on your run over 15 seconds, but your active recovery then is only 33. So if you want to drop it to 50, because as this intensity is rising up, your recovery is going to have to be a little bit lower. So you'd run across 33 meters if you were Steph in this instance. Do it at 75 meter runs, 33 across, and then repeat again 3 times 4 minutes, 8 reps. 3 times 5 minutes would be 10. 3 times 6 would be that one, if that's the way you want to design that one. That's a little bit more of a lower intensity one than that one, which is obviously really high intense. 130, there'd be times where you could do that one, but you'd only be able to do 3 or 4 reps maybe at that, maybe driving up to 6. What I would say, if you're going to try and do 130s, I'd do 2 or 3 weeks worth of solid, steady running where you've been in a bit of in a phase of doing that, rather than coming back to just jumping straight in at 130. These are your set distance target speeds. If you think back to last season, or if you boys were with us last season, we managed to set up a track on Padgate Mainfield there, which was 200 metres. Hopefully, I'm going to be able to go down there either tomorrow or the day after, if the plod don't get me in between and stop me and send me back home. is set up that 200 meter track. So when you come down in the morning, you those poles are always going to be that's going to be a 200 meter track. And again, these are the distances and the times that you should be expecting to get for one lap of the track. And again, those what I've done is like these are very intense. 1, 2, 3, 4. The time is drop off a little bit when you start getting from 500 to 1,000 meters. And again, like you can set that training up if you want something a bit more specific. By all means, I can put that together. If this is something that you're definitely going to stick to, that's just a WhatsApp message or a phone call to us, and I'll make sure that they're all set up. And I'll do like a 3-4 week wave with a down week, and then you can introduce a little bit more running as you want to go. But again, that's just a text message. I can do that with your watt bike sessions. Illy, I can do that with your salt bike. Philbo with a rower. Sitter with a rower. I can China's with a ski erg. Just let me know, and I'll set up a 3-week wave or 4-week wave, how that looks. This is one that I thought for you boys who are local or local-ish. Now, I know we never really use this running track, but the running track is a 358 meters long. I know a few boys have been going out and doing 10k runs and stuff like that, and again, by all means, do that. My only one thing with that is, again, some of you older boys, just don't go to the well too much on that and do too much road running. Again, needless to say, that's going to be pretty harsh on your knees, lower back type stuff, and it can take you another day or two to recover from that. I'm not saying the run track will be a little bit more boring. It's slightly softer surface, you won't get as much feedback. But my thought on that was, especially for you Warrington boys, it's pretty local. You know exactly what your running times are, and these would like everyone's individual lap times that you should be expecting to get. And again, as with the set distance times, all of these times are start off really intense and then they end up dropping off from there. Like 6 laps is 2k. That's a pretty sharp run. That's a fitness test that a few people might have done there. So 2,148 meters. That's 6 laps. There's pretty steady timings there. Again, those are the times that you want to expect to do those ones. There's no saying that you want to set your running up from that one, but I thought that'd be a nice easy one where everyone's got something a little bit more tangible to be able to run at and do. Let's come out of this one. The strength one's empty at the minute one, but I'll come on to that one. I've put videos up for these hamstring exercises. Again, I know some boys haven't got the means to do that. There's a few of these barbells, kettlebells, or dumbbells. Everybody else, again, that one might be an issue. And then I know some people have got bands and some people haven't got bands, but that's one there. But I've put all these ones on there. There's nothing to say that you have to do it with a little bit of load. These are ones that you can just do and just mix. Like if you've got these two and then you add in hamstring extensions and stuff like that, that might be one that's worth doing. So you get your 3 exercises in there. Again, 2 or 3 times of this a week is going to really help us out from when we get back. The leg circuits, again, I put a little bit more context to these. But again, for the lads who haven't got weights, and I've just put this explanation up to there. For the lads who haven't got weights, this is just a dead cheap, simple way of getting some volume in your legs the whole time. Particularly these two, the high tension and the plyometric one. They're just ones where you'll just need that low down strength. Again, needless to say, talking about this plyometric one, that's about getting some speed development, getting some landing mechanics in that one. And you get a decent enough little bit of rest in between each one. And it's just a bit of a time filler, but very good one. This 100 rep squat might not seem like a lot, but built up, if you did 100 squats, you do 700 bodyweight squats at a decent tempo over the course of a week. It all adds up and it helps build a little bit of volume in your legs. Good thing with that is it'll help build your conditioning. It's a big MMA one. A lot of fighters do that type of thing where they do a lot of bodyweight squats and a lot of stuff bodyweight as it is. Just a dead simple one. Lunge matrix, you'll have seen that one before. This volume one, I'll just try and keep adding a few more to these ones as we go, and I'll put it in the WhatsApp group when I put a new one in there. Bodyweight cardio circuits, I'm just spitballing stuff here. There's 7, 9 in there at the minute. I just added this one in there. I'll be honest with you, I don't do a lot of these ones. So again, I'm just